Good evening and welcome to Den of Fools. It's good to have you back. It's going to be a really good show. I think right from the start you can see that we are now in association with East Midlands Writers Club. Comedy writers. I'll be telling you more about that as the show goes on. But we've got some really good guests today. First of all, I'm going to introduce you to Anthony Williams.
Hey, hello. How are you, Denzel?
I'm good, thanks, Anthony. Yourself?
Very well, yeah. It feels like the world's almost back to normal, isn't it?
So, it does, yeah. Okay, Anthony. So, obviously, you're really good with your comedy at the moment, aren't you? You've got some gigs coming up and things, and promotions. So that must be good.
Yeah. We're back up and running from June the 24th in Balshaw. Tickets on sale now. So, I think we've got 5 shows already scheduled for over the summer, and lots more to come as venues come back online. So, yeah, brilliant. Exciting times.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Right, I'm going to bring in Stephen Mawhinney.
Hi,
Stephen. You all right?
And not too bad.
Good.
Looking forward to restrictions being lifted, aren't we all at the minute as well?
Yeah, I think we are. It is definitely a change. You'd even be allowed to hug someone eventually, so it's like good.
I hugged somebody outside my bubble yesterday. I hugged my mother-in-law. There you go.
Yeah. Oh dear, almost what you need restrictions back in for. No, I can't hug your mother-in-law. No,
she's gone now, so I can say that. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to introduce Sanjay. Hey, Sanjay, you all right? Hello. I think he's on mute. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, what a cliche! What a 2000.
Yeah,
I was on mute.
Last chance.
I didn't actually say that.
Okay. And then I've got one last person, the special guest. Okay, and this is Ricky Balshaw. I must say, Paralympic silver medal winning Ricky Balshaw.
Wow.
Yeah, Paralympic silver medal win or gold medal losing, depends how you look at it.
So it's fantastic to have you all on the show. I think it's going to be a really, really good, fun show today. So let's have a look. We've already got a couple of messages. Lord Sparkles is saying expecting great things, which is good. And George Copeland is saying have a great show. So yep, let's get on with the show then. So actually, do people want to tell themselves a little bit about yourselves? Anthony, let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your comedy?
Yeah, I'm a part-time comedian. Been doing it for 2 years or 1 year, really. Just lots of gigs around the East Midlands, particularly, and these days spend most of my time setting up, promoting, and comparing gigs. So yeah,
fantastic. Right, Stephen.
I've been probably writing comedy for about 10 years. Been doing stand-up for a couple of years. To see if anybody would bother of trying to work out. I'm originally from Northern Ireland, but living in London, so that's why I have this accent now. I'll see if anybody working it out.
And Sanjay?
I got dragged into the comedy scene through the. I think you did it as well, Denzel. The Cancer Research do something called Ultra Comedy, so you can go and do a comedy set. And raise some money for cancer research as you do it. So I got dragged into that by my pub landlady and also my wife. They're 2 different people. And since then I've been doing gigs off and on here and there. I'm doing the Buxton Comedy Festival in July is my next thing, but it's very nice.
Good. Yeah, that'll be good then. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that more right at the end. I think we'll plug all our shows and everything. And next, Ricky.
Yeah, so quite new to the comedy thing. I'm I say former Paralympian, got silver in Beijing. Started writing properly about 4 years ago. About to film a little mockumentary type thing, and booked into the Ludlow Fringe Festival this year. So hopefully we can have some giggles.
Yeah, that does sound like it's going to be a good laugh. Right, on to the very first game. So it's an improv game. Guess the guest. Okay, and this is where we're going to need a blindfold. I think, Sanjay, you can be the person doing the guessing. So do you have a blindfold ready?
I'll just take my glasses off, to be honest. I can't see without them. So. They're broken anyway.
Right, okay. And now I'll show people what they're going to be. Yeah. Okay. Okay, right, Sanjay, you can uncover your eyes and ready to go. Okay, now this is going to be a police witness interview. These witnesses have seen a flasher. So you've got 3 questions to ask them each about that, and just then guess at the end of it who they are.
All right, first question, Anthony. Describe what happened with this flasher briefly.
I saw this character from. He was displaying his wares, and I will smite him down by Hades. I will smite him down.
Well, that's very dramatic. I'm making some notes. As a policeman does, but like policeman.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Stephen, describe this flasher to me physically.
Oh, physically, yes. Well, it wasn't wearing any clothes, but for me, I don't think that's very unusual, is it? So I don't know what all the fuss is about, because nobody normal wears clothes. He had a lot less hair than you might expect, and standing a lot more upright than you might expect, and really small paws. I don't know what was going on there. So a bit weird, if you ask me.
Pause. Thank you. Ricky, what happened after this flasher came along? What did you do next?
To be honest, after the flashing incident, I was quite high up at the time, and I was on to the next thing. It was a flash and go moment. I saw him, and then I was taking off into the sky.
Thank you. You're all terrible, unreliable witnesses. Anthony, has anything like this ever happened to you before? Just for police record.
Yeah, many years ago when I was atop Mount Olympus, I saw a similar thing. A man displaying his lightning rod, and I struck him down with a bolt from the blue.
That's very good. Lightning rod, I like it. Stephen, did this flasher leave any clues? Do you have any idea who it might be?
Oh, yeah. Well, I see so many people day to day. I don't really know. So probably had a Mac on. That's probably the only thing I can see. But I'll tell you what you should do with him. You should put him behind bars, mainly just to see how he likes it. I have to do it every day. So.
Thank you. It's like Cluedo, but on drugs. Ricky, what do you think was the motivation of said flasher? Do you think he was after anything? Presuming it's a man.
Oh, it was 100% a man. It was magnificent. I don't think he was after anything. If it's anything like our boys, it was just a bit of a show and tell thing, a bit of a competition.
Yes, thank you. I'll have that. Is this the last question?
The last question each. Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Physically describe said flasher. I need the sort of Crime Watch photo.
Yeah. Well, he had a body like Adonis. Apart from his heel looked like it was a bit of a weak spot. But, he'll get his punishment, no doubt.
Thank you, Stephen. Do you think you've learned anything for the future in terms of your safety?
I think I've learned the importance of a big mane to cover your embarrassing bits. I think that's definitely true. I think I've also learned that if it's smaller than the size of my favorite chocolate bar, you probably should put it away. So I think that's what I've learned.
Thank you. Final question to Ricky. Do you think you would ever flash yourself? Do you think you could see yourself flashing up yourself in the future?
I mean, 100%. I'm confident enough to do so. I'm going to be honest, though. If I saw another one again, I'd probably just Top Gun him down.
Thank you, gentlemen. I feel like I'm ready to press charges now.
Good. Okay. And do you know who people are?
Anthony is some kind of Greek god, and
He is
the character he was playing as well was along those lines.
Yeah.
Stephen, I want to say he was like a zookeeper, something like that, along those lines.
Not quite more zoo kept.
A lion. Oh, he did say about a mane. Yes, okay. Something zooey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ricky, I wouldn't say is that Austrian man that jumped out of a balloon in space. What was his name? I don't know, but that's who it was. 100%.
No, I was crap at that.
Yeah.
I think the guy was a jet pilot.
He-
So
yeah,
I think it was. Yeah, so I think that's close enough. That I mean, Sanjay. Obviously, I picked up who's going to be the judge because you were going to play. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Bang! And then Stephen would have fallen down.
Yeah.
Okay. So just checking the comments. We only had one more comment. Roger saying hi. So hi, Roger. He's one of the people who also writes on the East Midlands Comedy Writers as well. So, okay. So, yeah, next game. I'm always slow with getting these videos up, but you'll see why in a second. Okay, there it is. I didn't expect that. Okay, so things you would not expect a sports commentator to say. So I think what we'll do this possibly round robin style. Anthony, do you want to go first? Then we'll do it Stephen, Sanjay, and Ricky. If you just say one thing each until you've run out of things to say.
Okay. Well, after that test match, I really need a nice lie down to get over all of that excitement.
Hello and welcome to World Championship Boxing. It's a right, a left, a right, right, left, right. And once the boxing starts, I'll get off Tinder.
It's a beautiful day here at Wembley, folks. So why don't you turn the television off and go and play some sports yourself, or go to the pub, but not one with sports on, because sports really are quite a loud and boorish pastime. I wish I'd been an accountant instead of a footballer, which is really quite a short-term career.
Well, that's it, guys. That is absolutely the last medal of the Olympic Games. Thank fuck that is over, and we can get to the real sport, the paras.
Back to me.
Yeah, back to you. Yeah.
Well, welcome to Fight Night. You join us right now as Big Terry has spilled Dave's pint and Sharon saying, "Leave it, it's not worth it."
Oh, that's a disappointing performance from Mo Farah there. He's really let himself down. I've no idea why he agreed to do these corn ads.
Liverpool have just signed a new goalkeeper from Italian club Lazio. He's 25, has 4 caps for Brazil, and also the Nobel Prize for Literature.
And he crosses it in. It's in the box. It's out the box. It's in the... Oh, shit, I'll turn Pornhub off.
Welcome to this football match where, yes, you will see 22 overpaid men chasing a bag of air for 90 minutes.
And welcome back to Wimbledon. And here, Murray has broken Federer. Murray told him his dad never loved him, and now he's crying and rocking in the corner. So,
it's very good to see me. I haven't got any more, to be honest. I could improvise something.
Yeah.
But,
okay, now you wouldn't expect a sports commentator to say that either. So
We join us back at Wimbledon after that Murray conversation. It's the first time that prick's ever said anything funny.
And welcome to the Beijing Paralympics, where I'm about to fire my researcher because it says here the next man competing in dressage is a straight guy with tattoos.
Well played. Well played.
You had 3 goes to get it in.
I wish I'd have thought of that.
Oh, I'll try and follow that. So you join me at the River Thames for an event that's been held here for nearly 200 years. Yes, it's Oxford versus Cambridge in the Kitten Drowning Championships.
I think that's very good to end.
You've done me there. It's on you, mate. It's on you.
I should have ended with Anthony. That was
absolutely. That was brilliant. Absolutely.
That was well played.
So things you wouldn't expect here in a rom-com film. Any romantic comedy film fans here? No.
Are we starting with me again?
We'll do it in reverse order. So
Yeah,
Ricky gets to start. Ricky, Sanjay, Stephen, and Anthony.
Oh, you're right. It was as marvellous, and I'm so in love now. I'm so glad I took your advice. He pounded me like yesterday's meat.
I think it's totally unrealistic to expect me, Julia Roberts, film star, to go and have dinner with your stupid friends, Hugh Grant. And anyway, you're a filthy sex pervert, and a bookseller really isn't an up-and-coming kind of career these days with Amazon. So, in short, no, I won't go out with you in Notting Hill.
Well, I was wondering if you could possibly maybe see yourself to making me the happiest man in the world and suck me off in that bus shelter over there.
Well, no, actually, whilst it is great to see you at the prom, I think you look better with your glasses on and your hair up, to be honest.
Very good.
I mean, you look all right, but I'd probably rather do myself.
I'd say that in a romantic comedy. No one ever says show me your knob, do they? Show me your knob. That's what you'd say in a British romantic comedy.
I think this is an incredible connection. I've never known anything like it. Who is your broadband provider?
Morning, darling. What a great night that was. I'm just going to go to the bathroom, and no, I'm not going to wrap myself in this sheet first.
I'm done. It's on you, Sanjay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a very romantic person, so those were my two. I'm sad to say.
No, I think that's a good point to leave it then. Okay. Before going to the next game, we've got some Lorna saying hi from Dublin. So
hi, Lorna.
Hi,
Lorna.
Lord Sparkles is reminding us that Ricky gets silver again. They really enjoyed the Kitten Drowning Championship.
Somebody's on my sick wavelength, thank you.
Okay. So next up we're going to do Jester Minute. And we're going to combine all the Jester Minutes. We're going to have the first topic of music. Okay. Has anyone got anything to say? Want to say on music?
Yeah, I'm a big music fan, but I've realised as I'm getting older, my eyesight and my hearing have reached the point now where if I stand far enough away from the stage, it doesn't matter if it's a tribute act, and so I get to save 50 quid on every ticket now. And I've discovered over the years which tribute acts are the ones worth seeing, and there's a direct correlation between the better the pun is the better the band. So here's a few examples, real examples, tribute bands. So there's the Ian Duncan Smiths, definitely working on their pensions. There's No Way Sis. They're very good. There's the all-female tribute to the Jimmy Page band. That's Les Zeppelin. Very good. A couple of my favourites, so perhaps from the pop genre are Share and Share Alike. I like that. And probably my favourite is Kylie Unlikely. So, they're my favourites. So they're the good ones that come up with a really good pun. The ones to watch out for, the ones that can't be bothered. So any band that just puts UK at the end, so Pearl Jam UK, not worth seeing. Or The Bon Jovi Experience, not worth seeing. I did spend a little bit of time looking on YouTube for good tribute acts, though, and I have found an exception to that rule. There's a guy out there, he's absolutely stunning, amazing guitarist, tribute act to an act from the 60s. He's calling himself the Jimi Hendrix Experience. He's very good.
That's great. Okay. And anyone else want to talk about music at all? Nope. That's
Denzel,
fine. Yeah.
Was the other topic was school? Is that right?
Yep, that's right. Yep. Do you want to talk?
Well, I got the instructions earlier on, and
we don't have any instructions.
No, obviously it's all improvised.
It's all made up.
If I had have received instructions earlier on, and it was school and love, so I actually dug out. I used to be a sort of romantic. I used to write kind of Mills and Boon sort of romance. So I dug out one of my old books, and I wanted to give you a dramatic reading tonight in regards to music and school, if that's okay.
That sounds brilliant to me.
Ooh.
So this is it's called The Conservatoire of Love. A story of a young Australian girl who comes to London to study music, Miley Canogue, and this is just a kind of an excerpt from that. So Kylie entered the room, and there he was, Mr. Edison, the man of her dreams, casually polishing his oboe. He looked up with a knowing smile, and once his instrument was clean, he began to play for her. A seductive little oriental tune he had learnt in Inverness during his time on the oil rigs. She sat on the desk, Miley, mesmerised into submission by his fingerwork, and let herself float along to the brilliantly improvised tune of "If I Was a Rich Man, la da 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da da." After the second verse, it all became too much, and she leapt forward and grabbed his pipe, putting her burning lips to the mouthpiece, and let out a shrill high note that had nothing about it of control, but everything about sheer erotic expression. In return, Mr. Edison moaned softly and put his hands around her tuba, blowing hard into the large brass mouthpiece and evincing deep bass notes from the dark, spit-lined crevices of the ancient musical object. They writhed together, sounding off deliriously in harmony, a duet that drew itself to an explosive crescendo of high notes, loud and louder to the point of pianoforte, before crashing down into the slow, quiet, panting finale. As the music died away, afterwards, they both wiped their genitals down with those soft optician-type cloths that you get in the case with musical instruments, and checked Twitter together on their smartphones. Scene.
Very good. Okay, and that's something you wrote years ago with the smartphones. Not been updated at all.
Yeah, I mean it's a big phone, you know.
It's based on a true story.
It was. I changed some of the names, but
yeah. Oh, good. We didn't want to recognise those names. And talking about those names, someone did comment. Sean commented there on Anthony, said, not forgetting Amy Housewine.
Thank you, Sean.
Well played, Sean.
So I think Sean deserves the very first. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have one more topic, I think. Let me just get that ready. The topic is stand-up.
I'll jump in here. So I started doing stand-up not so long ago, and I actively invite heckles. I love it. Get involved. Some people don't, some people do. I do. And one of the reasons for that is because I had my worst heckle before I'd even got on stage. This is a God's honest true story. I was running through some lines with my girlfriend. So let me set you can't really see when I'm sat down. I am absolutely disabled. It's a true story. I am. And I've got a 6'2" able-bodied brother. He's got everything I haven't. So I was running through this little snippet with my girlfriend, and the line was going like, "Oh," I said, he robbed all the good genes, sweetheart. He's tall, he can walk, he's got a big dick, he's got everything. And she looked at me, and she was, I can only describe it as serious as an Ebola COVID hybrid. And she went, "Don't worry, sweetheart. 2 of them 3 things don't bother me." I was sat there doing the maths. There is absolutely no positive spin you can put on that. I'm either a minger, she wants to run away, or I've got a little dick. So there is nothing anybody can throw at me anymore. So bring on the heckles. Bring them on.
Brilliant. Fantastic. That's really good. Okay, before we go back to school, does anyone else have anything to say on stand-up? No. Okay. For a load of stand-up comedians, it is really good that obviously that comedy is coming back though, so it's really good. So yeah, Stephen, I think you had something you wanted to say on school.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about school. I grew up in the 1950s, by which I mean I grew up in the 1980s in Northern Ireland. It's a bit of a different time, and obviously the thing that people always say to me is it must have been awful growing up then with the Troubles. It must have been a really difficult time, and that is true. But we did use it to our advantage sometimes. And let me tell you a story about a guy in our class called Roscoe who used it to his advantage. Now, Roscoe one day, a lovely sunny day, fancied the afternoon of school. Now, a normal person would have made up a dentist appointment or faked a note from their parents. Roscoe did things a little differently. He phoned in a bomb warning. And this is a genuine true story of what happened at my school. And it worked really well because they had to obviously evacuate the whole school. So we spent all afternoon outside playing football. Well, I must say, I said the whole school because this actually isn't true entirely because it took place during the GCSE exams. So teachers had this difficult decision to make. Is this serious enough to evacuate every classroom? Yeah, it is. Is this serious enough that I am going to spend my evening rearranging 100 resits for pupils? And the answer was no. So we were all outside and we were told, do not come within 50 meters of the school. If you were doing your GCSEs that day, you were sat inside being told, don't panic if you hear a sudden loud bang. Just carry on answering the questions. And as I say, the plan worked brilliantly apart from one tiny flaw. And that was the phone that Roscoe used to phone in the bomb warning. Roscoe used the phone outside the headmaster's office. So it didn't take long to realize this might not have been a genuine call. The only good thing that spared Roscoe was the fact that he used a fake voice whenever he phoned in. You know, the one you use whenever you're trying to get the day off school. Something like, hello, Roscoe can't come into school today. He's ill. So anyway, long story short, Roscoe's mum got 5 years in prison for it. So apart from that last line, absolute true story from my school days.
Yeah, she actually got 7 to 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that was absolutely great there. So yeah, what we're going on to next, I think we're going to have another improv game. Sock Puppet Theatre. Right, so people have got their socks, I hope. Yeah, that's it. Looking forward to this.
I've got an actual puppet.
You've got an actual puppet. We've got that. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've definitely got. There we go. We've got 2 socks and 2 puppets. So
I'm glad it's not just me with the sock. I've seen these boys with the puppets and thought I was being played. I'm going to be honest.
And Stephen, you're not supposed to be dressing up exactly as your character from earlier on.
I was going to say I'm being typecast tonight. I'm by now.
And I thought maybe for this, maybe the theme could be socks in space.
Ooh.
So how about that? If you guys want to get your puppets, do you want to do you want to have 2 puppets and we bring another 2 in later on? That sounds like an all right plan. So if I just remove 3 of us from the screen, and then sort of like when you call, we'll start with the proper socks. I think Ricky and Anthony can start off with the 2 proper socks, and then we'll, when you choose to, you can bring a frog or a lion sock on and introduce them as however you want. So you 2 are just going to be in space. I'll just remove other people at the moment. Okay.
Hey. So looks like they spent all the budget on the space rocket, not the actual cast for this Socks in Space production.
Yeah, already regretting signing up for this. I have no idea how I'm going to see where we're flying.
That's a really good point. Oh, darn it.
Or steer, to be fair. It's a one-way ticket to Shitsville, I feel.
It could be. But I'll tell you what, we could really do with someone who could take the lion's share of the steering.
Let's really just get him involved.
Did someone say a bad pun? In which case, the pun line must appear. I hope that was for him, not for me. I thought I'd try and lend a paw, but I'm getting a bit too long in the tooth for this. Rawr.
So, how's your steering? Do you reckon you can get us to the moon and back, or are we at it?
That's what I said to Mrs. Lion last night. But yes, point me at the sky and we'll go. It's just like Apollo 13, isn't it? But what we really need is a frog in ground control to guide us there. If only such a thing existed. Rawr.
It's going to be okay, guys. I know how we're going to get this done. You, Lion, get to the maps. Where are the space maps?
The space maps? Do you mean the blank sheet of paper that's entirely black?
Yes, there should be a star on there somewhere. Find the star.
Oh, yes, I see a picture of John Borrowman. Is that what you had in mind?
That'll do. That'll do.
That's more of a star than you wanted to see.
Are we back to flashing or what? Have we gone back a few stages?
Here's one for the kids. I see there's also a picture of the drummer from The Who. Thank you. One person got it. It's Keith Moon. It's Keith Moon. That's what we're doing. It's a picture of the moon. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Let's shoot that last joke into space, shall we, folks? And you, slightly grubby black sock, get me some space fuel quickly.
I don't know which one's that aimed at. Is that me or Anthony? I'm going to take it on. It's actually a clean sock. So in your face, Kermit. It's very, very clean. It came out of my drawer.
Yeah, this frog's getting up himself, isn't he?
Yeah. Who invited Sanjay? Who invited Kermit? Get out of here. Let's kick him off the controls.
Hey, I didn't spend 5 years at NASA school to take rubbish from dirty socks like you. Other sock. You're in control now.
Oh, you can hop it. I
don't know. I think you are getting ahead of yourselves with the puns, really, aren't you?
It's just so damn punny.
Because that's the next bit. It's a pandemic. That's right. It is time for the best bit of the show, the puns. Okay. Now we'll see how people get on with that. The topics for this week: pets. Okay, and again, we'll go in a round robin fashion. Anthony, do you want to start? Anthony, then Ricky, then Steve, and then Sanjay. Do you want to go around that way? The one pun each.
Yeah. I recently taught my dog to drive, and now he's my car pet.
Very good.
I can tell I'm going to like this round. It is pawsome.
There'll be lots of rim shots going off. I'll give them time. Anthony gets one from earlier. That's a delayed rim shot, Anthony.
Right, let's see if I can get one then. Okay, I think the worst bit of having a cat is trying to take it through airport security. Most of them hate that machine that scans your body. They much prefer, when you get felt up and somebody pats you down. And that's because 8 out of 10 cats prefer friskers.
I thought it was going to be a CAT scan joke.
Oh, I thought so too. Yeah.
A little bit of misdirection there.
Well played, Steve.
Denzel can cut one in, can't he, Denzel? I was actually going to write some cat puns tonight, but I wasn't feline it. Denzel, that was a bit late. It was a bit late, but I'll take it.
I'm getting jealous of my girlfriend's pet. She told me last night that she prefers a rabbit to me.
That wasn't a joke, was it?
Yeah. What's the joke, Anthony? No, yeah.
Yeah, tell us your pun. Come on, little foal. It's past her bedtime. Oh, come on.
Pasture.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Oh, sorry.
I was only on the show half an hour ago. I had to write quick.
I know.
So sorry. That is our fault there. That is our fault.
Give me a budum.
And now on demand.
Whenever one of our pets used to die as a kid, my mum used to tell me they'd gone to Boots the chemist. She said they'd gone to live in a pharmacy.
Talking about girlfriends, I used to go out with a girl who had a python. That's not a euphemism. I mean, a pet snake. I did eventually ask her to marry me, but she said no because she didn't want anything to constrict her. No monkey.
No monkey. No. You have to do better than that for the monkey.
Unbelievable.
I didn't get a monkey either.
I think my dad's new pet's from the South Pacific because it's Papua New Guinea pig.
My girlfriend lives a fair few miles away. It's a long distance relationship, and she phoned me today. She went, "It's raining cats and dogs here." I said, "Well, that's terrible, but it's fine as long as it doesn't rain here." Round, come on. Come on, you monkey.
During Brexit, one of the issues was, cross-border stuff between the Republic and Northern Ireland, and they were thinking of using sniffer dogs for people smuggling goods. They decided to go with hard border collies.
Gonna say that deserved a monkey there. That was good. Yeah.
It just took me a second to get it. I went,
we saw. Yeah, we noticed.
I used to have a pet crocodile, but I had to give it up as they're surprisingly aggressive. It all ended in handbags. Thanks, Dan. So yeah, thanks.
I've got a robot pet that has really, really strong opinions. It's dogmatic.
I'm going to be honest. It's on me now. I had 40 minutes to prepare for this. I am punned out. I'm punned out. Sorry, chaps. Sorry, you would.
Fine.
But I've got two so.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've got a bit of a marathon pun session. So do you want to step in for a bit? I'm going to see how many puns I can squeeze in to 1 minute. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I once took my dog to Crufts, and one of the officials there said they couldn't take part because they're a mongrel. I said to him, "Look, he's a pedigree chum, and I expect him to wait for it. I expect him to win a lot today. What right do you have? What right do you have to act like Caesar around here?" More obscure one there. So just take a butchers at him. Butchers. And I'll tell you what, you'll see he's legit. I am certain of that. I am certain of that. The way you're acting really beckers belief. Becker's Goldfoot. Okay, all right. And she sheepishly let him in, but as she walked off, she dropped her name badge on the floor. So I shouted after her, "Wait, Rose, own label." And thank you.
That's great. And if you enjoyed those puns, you can donate as well to coffee.com. Don't know why people call this Ko-fi. It's definitely coffee.com/Den of Fools. Pay these fantastic comedians for their sense of humour and the puns. And if you hate puns, and
I think the other name for that is Denzel's Beer Fund.
That's it. Now
Sorry, Denzel.
open, yeah. No, don't worry. That's absolutely fine. It's coming off your donation.
Yeah, you're getting nothing nice.
You can have a pint on me, mate.
I'll send a photograph of me drinking a pint to you on Facebook.
Worth it.
Okay, so yeah, I'll talk about that again at the end. Right. So next up, we're going to have. Got to get the video ready. I didn't expect that. Okay, and so we're going to get a little bit political. Things you wouldn't expect to hear at PMQs or Prime Minister's question times. Okay, shall we do round robin starting with Sanjay? Sanjay, Stephen, Ricky, Anthony? You want to go that way?
Yeah, let's be political about this. I'm going to put my hands up and be honest and say we made a real mess of the whole situation. To be honest, I think the right honourable gentleman opposite would have done a much better job, and everybody should vote for him and not me at the next election. And I'm a robot.
And I'm sorry, but that answer shows just how ill-informed the honourable member is on the matter. I think it's quite clear to everyone a ferret would not win in a fight against a badger.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I just really, really want to tell Sturgeon to fuck up. Oh, we're live? Fuck off, Sturgeon.
And as leader of the opposition, I'd just like to say, I actually oppose what you're trying to
do. To be honest, I don't have to answer your questions. I'm Prime Minister. I can do whatever I like. And the Queen can go and bollocks as well.
And yet again, the Prime Minister has shown he has no grasp of... I'm sorry, has anyone told you have the most incredible eyes?
I mean, to be fair, UKIP have got a point.
Is that unlikely?
And so I am here in front of the Standards Committee today to say, in all honesty and all truth, Big Boy did it and ran away.
I came here today to answer questions about our immigration policy, but instead of that, I'm going to read a nice poem I wrote about a dog I saw on the way here this morning. It's called Flopsy, the lovely dog I saw this morning.
Next question, please. Did I ever score in an FA Cup final? Yes. Okay. Sorry for those who can't see it.
There's a lot of accusations flying around that COVID is a hoax and that I, Boris Johnson, just wanted to lock you all up. It's all fucking true.
To the right honourable gentleman over there, I would say, yes, you are right. It's a wig.
Yes, we have found that 5G rays do actually melt your brain. So that was a bit of a mistake putting all those masks up, and we do apologise. Goodbye.
I'm going to ask the question again, and this time I demand an answer. Who ate my lunch from the fridge? I wrote my name on it and everything. Who?
Yes, we have raised income tax. Yes, the percentages are higher. And fucking right, I'm having a pay rise.
And to those of you who accuse the government of profiteering, as I was saying the other day, there's no truth in this. I was discussing this yesterday with my good friend, the CEO of Mask and Sanitizers Incorporated.
That's good. Should we leave it there, or do you have a burning one, Sanjay?
No, I got some ointment and it's all sorted now.
Good.
That's my
Okay.
burner.
A proper joke.
Okay, so now it's things are unlikely agony ant letters. Okay, and we'll go around. I think we'll start with Stephen and go to Sanjay, Anthony, Ricky.
Okay, so dear Claire, is it ever okay to stalk a woman that you're madly in love with? Flash your kitchen light once for yes and twice for no.
Dear Mariella, because I read The Guardian, you see. Dear Mariella, everything is fine, to be honest, in my life. Me and my boyfriend are getting on well, planning to buy a house and settle down in a year or two. Should I start taking heroin recreationally?
Dear Deirdre, because I don't read anything.
He reads The Sun.
Last week on my way to work, my car broke down and I had to walk home. As I walked into the street, I saw my best friend leaving the house. I've always been suspecting that my husband might be having an affair. Do I have anything to worry about? Yes, Susan. Your car breaking down could be a sign of something going very badly wrong. You should see a mechanic immediately.
Hi there, Richard. I'm stepping in for Deirdre today. Gonna be honest, I don't think you should tell your wife about sleeping with her mom. Let's be honest, her mom ain't gonna tell her.
Dear Claire, I think I might be having my first period and I'm very worried. What's the usual amount of blood that should come out of your penis?
Dear Mariella, where did I leave my keys last week?
Dear Deirdre, one of my testicles is large and swollen, but the other two seem fine.
Dear Deirdre, I haven't got a question. I was just wondering if you fancied a drink sometime. Me, you, bottle of wine. Who knows? Maybe some sex.
Dear Claire, I'm a thin person trapped in the body of a fat person. Do you know any good lubes or oils that could help free me?
Dear Mariella, why do you think you can solve everybody's problems? I mean, really, life is such a complicated thing that writing into a newspaper to try and get some kind of simple answer to these things is really quite pointless. And your job is really, really an empty way to spend your life. Do you like cheese?
I'm done.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good point where we finish that. Before we go on to the very next game, we've had one more comment as a late joiner. Ishi's watching. Hi, Ishi.
Hi, Ishi.
So, all right. And the next game is another improv game. News at 10. That's right, it's the news at 10. So we're going to have two of you who are going to be in the studio. We're going to be talking about a story. You're going to be getting the other two people to be. One's going to be an interviewer. One's going to be interviewing people on the street. So that's how we're going to do it. I think. How about Sanjay and Stephen? Do you want to be the news readers? You look down, proper news readers down on the bottom. Anthony and Ricky, you're going to be the one of you is going to interview, and the other one's just going to be random people passing by on the street. So we're going to start off with a rather dull news story, and then we'll see what the breaking news is in a bit. So the dull story: the pothole has been filled in.
Well, hello here and welcome to local news with the biggest breaking story, the thing that's been in everyone's mind for years and years. Finally, that pothole in the high street has been filled in. And I think, Sanjay, you have more on what's happening there now.
Yes, early analysis suggests a macadam cement hybrid has been used to fill the pothole. It's really quite a breakthrough. We've had many complaints over the years in regards to cars going over bumpy, some people tripping up or looking at the pothole and thinking they might trip up on the pothole in the future. So this is really a breakthrough for this little town. We are now going to our investigative reporter on the scene, who has got some breaking interviews with some members of the public.
Go on, Ant.
Well, that's right. We've got some breaking news here on the pothole situation. We're going to talk to Ricky from Essex. Ricky, what's your take on the pothole situation?
I am so happy that I've written off 3 wheelchairs to that pothole. Marvellous news. Thanks, Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Ricky. And now Nigel Farage is just walking past. Nigel, who do you blame for the pothole in the first place?
The French.
Okay, we're just cutting in there because he gets enough airtime on the BBC. We don't need to give him any more. Let's hope he falls down that pothole. Okay, I have to tell you that there is some breaking news here. We're going to have to leave the pothole story, which I know will disappoint many of you. But a living dinosaur has been discovered. I think we're going to go back to Nigel Farage. Is that right? So, no, my mistake. Sorry, I've misread the article. Sanjay, I believe it's true. Is it a T-Rex? Is it a Brontosaurus? Do you know which dinosaur it is?
I'm no dinosaur expert, Steve.
Well, then we're going to leave you and go over to Anthony now, because frankly, what's the point? Anthony, are you a dinosaur expert? Do you have a dinosaur expert there? Will I ever get to the end of this sentence, or will I just keep going for no reason whatsoever? Please come in and stop me now.
Well, Stephen, thanks. And we do have some breaking news. In fact, we have the living dinosaur with us. So, Keith Richards, tell us about what it's like to be discovered.
It's all right. My hands are really small. I'm terrible at making the bed, but I can run really fast. For the first time in my life, I can run really fast.
Incredible news there from the dinosaur itself. And I believe, Anthony, you might have a scientist with us where he can tell us a little bit more about what this means for mankind.
That's right. I'm joined by Ricky, the dinosaur expert. So tell us what kind of species this is, Ricky.
It's big. It's big. It's got a lot of teeth. It's definitely a T-Rex. 100. Yeah, my studies. Yep, it's a. Hang on, let me. It's a T-Rex.
There we have it. Big teeth, T-Rex.
It's quite incredible news here. A T-Rex coming to you. Jurassic Park live in the high street here. Only thing I can hope is he doesn't make any more potholes, because that would completely ruin the first part of our next broadcast. Over to you, Sanjay. Do you have anything to add on this story?
No, it's good to see scientific experts using their smartphones on the What Dinosaur app, which you can download from our website. Thank you.
And I see we're still stuck in 2010 as we're calling it smartphones for no real reason whatsoever. So I believe we're going to go over now to where the T-Rex is. Anthony, who have you got with us there now?
Well, we've actually got our first victim, I'm afraid. Sorry to say, the dinosaur has gone rogue somewhat, and we now have our first guest who's been quite savagely injured by the dinosaur. Tell us what happened.
I think you've got the wrong guy, mate. I always walk like this.
I'm just being told to apologise for Anthony's behaviour there. He will be sent to the course tomorrow morning, and we'll leave you there.
Okay, I think that's definitely a good point. That was a fantastic game. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so the final little bit, it's just anything you've got to plug. We've got a couple of minutes left, so things which you've got coming up. I know, Anthony, you were talking earlier that you've got tickets for sale at the moment. Who's actually performing for you?
So on June the 24th in Belper, Derbyshire, we have opening at the fantastic Louise Atkinson. Our middles are cowshed favourites in Belper are Tal Davis, Benny Shakes, and Kevin Daniel, who are all absolutely stunning. And then to top it off, we have one of the greatest circus headliners out there. We have Raoul Corley closing the show. All of that for £5. Ridiculous, I know. Cut my own leg off. Get the tickets in now, rockcentral.co.uk. They are selling fast. In fact, we've sold 15 since we put them on sale earlier today. So get cracking.
That's fantastic. I'm going to be logging off now because I've got to go and buy a ticket or two. Just create a banner of that. Okay. Ricky, what about you? You got anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be one of the sports pundits for Channel 4 for the Paralympic Games this year. Really looking forward to that. So tune into Channel 4. I don't know what days I'll be on there. I would imagine it'd be the same days as the dressage because that is the only sport I know about.
I think we're far better if you're doing some of the other sports. Really.
A quick Google search you get that. But if Channel 4 are watching, I'll do them all. So get involved. Also get on my social media. Twitter's Ricky_Balshaw, Facebook's Ricky Balshaw. I'm filming. I've got a very talented friend, John Jang, who's a martial arts expert, and we're filming a mockumentary at the minute. We've got a really talented production team coming to film it on the 29th. That'll be posted hopefully within the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks, where a very exaggerated version of me decides to do kung fu. So keep watching because that'll be really funny.
Yeah, definitely send me some information on that. I look forward to that. Look forward to seeing it and sharing it around.
Fantastic.
Okay, and Stephen?
Well, I have no gigs to promote, so I'd like to use this minute. If you're a promoter in North London and you've recently opened your comedy club, I am available. Email me here at gmail.com with this bit in front, please. I'm very available any evenings. Please give me a live gig. I don't have to do Zoom ever again. Sorry, Denzel.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. And Sanjay?
I'm doing the Buxton Comedy Festival, which is the 22nd of... That's the only gig I've got coming up, is the Buxton Comedy Festival on the 22nd of July for Richard Paulsford's outfit. You might know it, Denzel. It's Just So Happened, which is kind of a historical... I don't know if you've done it as well, Anthony. Like a historical... It is brilliant. There you can also find him on Twitter. Find it on Twitter as well. But Buxton Comedy Festival, 22nd of July.
Okay, fantastic. Yep, that sounds really good. I'll just check comments before I do a bit of promotion. Lord Sparkles is saying, well done, everyone. You all did great. I have spotted, I've just got an email saying that we've received quite a bit of money for coffee.com, which I'll share out. It's £26 from Sean. Wow. Thank you very much, Sean. So we'll split that between everyone. So that is £20 for me, for my beer. No, I'll split it down evenly for everyone. I'll sort that details out immediately afterwards. George is saying it's a great show. Thanks, George. Glad you enjoyed it. The only other thing I want to talk about, East Midlands Comedy Writers. It's a new rebranding of what we used to call Derby Comedy Writers Club. It's going to be meeting alternate Mondays. Going to be the first one on Zoom next Monday. If you want to come and start practicing writing jokes again, join us. You can find us on Facebook as well. Then get the Zoom link that way. We do fun writing exercises every fortnight. And from June, we're going to be rehearsing, practicing in front of other comedians and getting feedback, so it shakes off all the rust. So it's quite important, it's very different doing a live gig as it is doing a Zoom gig. So sometimes just getting fun and remembering what people look like when they're laughing. Something with
not sure I ever saw that.
Okay, so I think it's been a brilliant show. Ishi's also saying great show, everyone. So at this point, I'm going to remove you all from this. So just wave and say goodbye, and then I'm going to play the final credits.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Slowly remove everyone.
Slow the
No, as per usual, I'm slow with doing this.